Have you noticed the older people around you gradually getting shorter? Some lose as much as 5 to 7 centimeters. It sounds harmless, but it's not just an aging thing. Try this quick check. Stand straight against a wall, heels touching the ground, eyes looking forward. If your head struggles to touch the wall, or your shoulders naturally slump forward, your body is sending early signals about your height and spine. Millions of people experience this. When height decreases, it's often due to weaker bones, a spine bearing weight incorrectly, and small daily habits that add up. The consequences go beyond appearance: back pain, neck tension, shallow breathing from a compressed chest, and less confident steps. It happens so slowly that you only notice when you look in the mirror and think, when did I get shorter? The good news? Getting old means getting shorter isn't true. There are factors we can control, from how we nourish our bones, to how our body handles weight, to how we stand, sit, sleep, and recover. In today's video, I'll share 6 science-backed ways to stay upright, protect your height, and most importantly, maintain confidence and health as you age. These aren't big changes, just small steps you can start today and build benefits over time. Watch until the end, because I'll reveal a lesser-known tip that doctors rarely mention but could transform how you maintain your height. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's start with the most important factor. 1. Maintaining bone density. You might think bones are hard like wood and just sit there. In reality, it's the opposite. Bones are alive. Every day, old bone is broken down and new bone is built up. When you're young, the building team wins. Past 40 or 50, the balance starts to tip, microcracks appear, discs handle pressure less effectively, and the spine subtly collapses. Height begins to slip away so quietly you only notice when you look in the mirror and see your posture isn't as straight as it used to be. Meet Linda, 62 years old. After menopause, she noticed back pain when standing for long, and her old dresses suddenly seemed to touch the floor more. Measuring at home, she found she'd lost over half an inch compared to the previous year. Her doctor explained, osteoporosis, driven by a lack of calcium and vitamin D, was silently eroding her bones. Linda started supplementing correctly, aiming for a total of 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium daily, 800 to 1,000 IU of vitamin D, and adding gentle, suitable exercise. After 3 weeks, a small but clear change. Standing against a wall, her head touched it more easily, her shoulders slumped less, and her back felt less strained. Morning measurements showed her height stabilizing. The feeling of, I'm getting shorter, turned into, I'm taking back control. Why does this matter? It's not just about looks. Losing about 1.27 centimeters of height increases the risk of a vertebral compression fracture by nearly 20%. Losing up to 7.6 centimeters, the risk can skyrocket to around 177%, almost 3 times higher. These numbers aren't meant to scare you, but to remind you. Bone density is the foundation of your body's house. A weak foundation leads to cracks. Weak bones lead to a hunched posture, shallow breathing, and less confident steps. Losing height means gradually losing independence. Start small. Tonight, take 5 minutes to review your calcium and vitamin D intake. Jot it down. Are you hitting 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium and 800 to 1,000 IU of vitamin D? If not, address the shortfall based on guidance you have. If you're there, keep it consistent. Tomorrow morning, measure your height against a wall like Linda did, and note it down. A month later, you'll have data to hear what your body's saying. If you're wondering whether nutrition alone can beat time, think of Linda. She didn't overhaul her life overnight. She just gave her bones the building materials consistently every day. Ignore it, and the balance keeps tipping. Those millimeters lost today could become tomorrow's fracture trap. Proper nutrition is the foundation, but it's not enough. There's another miracle drug for bones backed by science: weight, bearing, and resistance. Exercise the way your body's weight and muscle force tell your bones. Get denser, get stronger. We'll dive straight into that in the next part. 2. Weight, bearing, and resistance exercise. Many people think that as you age, you should save your strength and move less to avoid wearing out your bones. The truth is the opposite. Bones are a living structure, only staying strong when regularly challenged. When you move less, Muscles and bones have no reason to renew themselves. Mechanical signals weaken, vertebrae thin out, the spine subtly collapses over time, and your height slips away unnoticed. Creaky knees when standing, soft thighs, stairs suddenly feeling higher. These are reminders. The muscle-bone connection is dormant. The great news? Bones listen to force. Every time you put weight on your feet, climb a flight of stairs, or engage your muscles to lift something slightly heavy, bone-building cells get the message. Get denser. That's why weight, bearing, and resistance exercises are the language you use to tell your bones, stay strong. A brisk walk in the cool outdoors, choosing stairs for a couple of floors, doing slow squats while holding a chair, pushing against a wall with a straight back, or walking with small hand weights or even 2 water bottles for a few minutes. These are all clear messages to your skeleton. Meet Peter, 67 years old. After a winter of little movement, he found it harder to get up from a chair, his shoulders felt heavy, and his pencil mark for height was lower than the previous year. He didn't rush to a gym. He started small, a half-hour brisk walk every afternoon, taking stairs when possible, a few wall push-ups after washing his hands, and walking around the neighborhood holding 2 water bottles. The first week, his muscles ached. By the second week, his breathing felt deeper, his back less hunched. By the third week, standing against a wall, his head touched it more easily, his shoulders opened up. The pencil mark stopped dropping. Most importantly, he regained a sense of control. Every day, he had a moment to tell his bones, "I still need you." Do these simple things really preserve height? Yes, there's evidence. In women who maintained high-intensity exercise from age 18, after 5 years, their height loss was nearly half that of less active groups. These numbers aren't for competition, but to confirm a principle. Bones used correctly respond by getting stronger. The benefits spread further. Stronger muscles, better balance, surer steps, reducing the risk of falls. You're not just preserving your stature, you're preserving your freedom. Crossing a rainy parking lot, standing in the kitchen without back pain, holding a grandchild without fear of slipping. Let's be honest, if you neglect your muscles and bones, your back will gradually hunch, your chest will compress, your breathing will get shallower. A cycle of fatigue, laziness, and weakness repeats, and height keeps slipping away. That's the cost of, "I'll deal with it tomorrow." Start today with a quick test. Sit on a sturdy chair, cross your arms over your chest, and stand up then. Sit down slowly without using your hands. If you need to push with your hands or rock to stand, your muscle-bone connection needs you. Your mini habit for this week. Commit to a half-hour brisk walk after lunch or before dinner. And after every hand wash, do a few wall push-ups with your core slightly engaged. Stay consistent, and you're sending hundreds of positive signals to your bones each week. Nutrition is the foundation. Weight-bearing is the command to rebuild the scaffolding. But there's a silent enemy that can undo all your efforts. Poor posture and a less flexible spine, the things that steal your height quietly. In the next part, we'll unlock how to fix them. 3. Posture and spinal flexibility. Many people think height is all about bones, and posture is just for looking good. The truth is different. Repeated poor posture, slouching while sitting, hunching over a phone can steal 2 to 5 centimeters of height over time. When you slouch, pressure on your spinal discs increases by about 60%. Compressed discs and a deformed spine cause height to slip away, millimeter by millimeter. Posture isn't just about appearance. It's how you train your spine to stand strong or surrender to gravity. Why? The spine is a chain of flexible joints, held together by back muscles, core muscles, and ligaments. Sitting hunched for long periods trains soft tissues to shorten. Opening your chest and lengthening your spine regularly helps your body remember its upright position. Flexibility is the lubricant for these hinges. Without it, they jam. With it, they move smoothly. A flexible spine gives discs room to expand, vertebrae align properly, and standing tall becomes natural, no effort required. Meet Maria, 70 years old. One day, she noticed her shoulders sliding forward, her neck aching, and her jacket seeming longer. She started a 6 to 8 minute daily routine, mornings with her back against a wall doing wall angels, to open her chest, midday with a few cat-cow cycles to loosen her vertebrae, followed by Cobra to activate her back muscles, and evenings relaxing in child's pose. After 3 weeks, her head touched the wall more easily, her shoulders sat closer to it, and the hunched feeling faded. Her morning pencil mark showed nearly 2 centimeters regained. Her neck and shoulders felt at ease. Most importantly, she stood tall naturally because her body had relearned its proper position. Is a few minutes really enough? Yes, there's evidence. Consistent stretching and alignment can help people recover up to about 3 centimeters lost to hunching. The benefits go further. Better lung expansion, a more efficient heart, a brighter face. Standing a bit taller, you also stand taller in the eyes of your family. On the flip side, persistent slouching keeps disc pressure high, training your spine structure for the worst stealing height silently. Try a quick test now. Stand comfortably against a wall, heels, hips, and back touching it, gently pulling your chin back as if touching your collar. If your head struggles to reach the wall or your shoulders pull forward, your spine needs you. Your mini habit for this week: every hour of sitting, stand for 2 minutes, level your eyes with your screen, and do 3 wall angels. In the evening, do a few cat-cow cycles, Cobra. Then relax in child's pose. Keep it up like brushing your teeth, and you're restoring your spine's natural length day by day. Once posture is reprogrammed, proper nutrition becomes the fuel to make your skeleton truly resilient. We'll dive into that next. 4. Balanced nutrition. Many people think taking a calcium pill and getting some sun is enough to keep bones strong. The reality is more complex. Bones are like a construction site, and every day your body needs a coordinated materials team. Calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, vitamin K, zinc, manganese, vitamin C, and especially protein. Miss one piece, and the bone's foundation weakens. The spine handles loads poorly. Discs collapse more easily, and height slips away quietly. Why do you need all these pieces? Magnesium activates enzymes that guide calcium to the right place. Vitamin K in leafy greens flips the switch for proteins to bind calcium to bone. Zinc, manganese, and vitamin C build the collagen scaffolding for minerals to hold fast. And protein, once misunderstood, improves calcium absorption and boosts IGF-1, supporting new bone and muscle growth. When the picture is complete, bones aren't just hard, they're flexible and less likely to break. Meet Evelyn, 66 years old. For years, she only took a calcium pill at night. Recently, morning measurements showed she'd lost a bit of height, her lower back ached, and her shoulders felt heavy. After guidance, she kept up her calcium and vitamin D, added magnesium from almonds, soybeans, and whole grains, boosted dark leafy greens for vitamin K, and spread protein across 3 meals: lean meat, fish, tofu, or yogurt, to hit a daily protein target linked to better bone density in NHANES studies. She also reviewed her coffee, cutting it below 4 or 5 cups a day, as overdoing it can leach calcium when the diet's already short. After 3 weeks, 2 things were clear. Her morning height mark stopped dropping, and the heavy back feeling eased. She stood taller more easily, no longer needing to remind her shoulders to pull back when looking in the mirror. A small tweak, but it restored a sense of control. These changes have evidence. A diet rich in magnesium, around 373 milligrams or more per day, is linked to a lower fracture risk. Vitamin K makes calcium-binding proteins work better, like laying the right mortar for bricks. When daily protein exceeds about 87 grams, bone density is significantly higher compared to low-protein groups. This isn't a vague promise, it's how your body responds when given the right materials. Conversely, relying only on calcium pills while ignoring the rest leaves bones porous and brittle. Smoking, excessive alcohol, or too much coffee act like material thieves, quietly pulling nutrients from the construction site. A fall when bones are thin doesn't just hurt, it can permanently steal centimeters and the independence you cherish. Do a quick check at your next meal. Is there a clear protein source, a handful of dark leafy greens, and a magnesium-friendly food like nuts, beans, or whole grains? If something's missing, add a simple item: a glass of yogurt, a slice of fish, a handful of almonds, or a bowl of steamed greens. Your mini habit for the next 2 weeks. Each night, jot down 1 line how many cups of coffee, your main protein sources, and at least 1 leafy green you ate. Stay consistent, and you're feeding your bones the right cement and bricks to rebuild your height day by day. Even with perfect nutrition, there's still a risk that can take away centimeters in a moment: falls. In the next part, we'll talk about how to protect yourself from them. 5. Preventing falls and injuries. The irony is that many people lose height fast, not because of time, but because of a seemingly harmless stumble. The body lurches forward, compressive force slams into the spine, especially the mid-back, and a vertebra can crack or collapse. Each collapsed vertebra means a chunk of height vanishes. Shoulders slump forward, the chest narrows, breathing becomes shallower. The key point: most falls happen at home: wet bathroom floors, staircases without handrails, curled rug edges, or cords hidden under carpets. Once a spinal compression fracture occurs, height loss becomes noticeable. Lose about 7.6 centimeters, and the risk of another fracture skyrockets. This isn't to scare you, but to explain why, after a fall, many people never stand as tall as before. Meet Robert, 74 years old. One night, he tripped on a rug edge while reaching for a light switch and nearly fell. The next morning, his pencil mark on the doorframe was lower than last year. His lower back felt tight, his steps cautious. He started with small, deliberate changes. Lighting. A bedside lamp within reach, motion, sensor lights in the hallway. Bathroom. Non-slip mats, a grab bar by the toilet. Footwear, ditching soft, slippery slippers for grippy, heel, supporting shoes. Body. Every afternoon, standing by the kitchen counter, lightly touching the edge, he lifted one foot to balance, then switched sides. He walked in a straight line, as if on an imaginary tightrope to sync eyes, ears, and feet. Twice a week, he joined a seniors Tai Chi group at the park. 3 weeks later, the biggest change was confidence. He stood from a chair without using his hands, held one leg balance for 20 seconds, descended steps without gripping the frame. His morning height mark held steady, his back felt at ease. His old house suddenly felt safe. These aren't just home decorations, they're how you reclaim control. A fall can be a turning point from moving freely to depending on others. Preventing falls protects your bones and your independence. Adequate lighting, dry floors, grippy shoes, trained balance. Don't overlook eyes and medications. Outdated glasses can make a floor drop half a step. One dizzying pill can tilt your center of gravity. With clear vision and reviewed meds, your steps grow steadier. Try a quick test now. Stand by the sink, fingertips lightly touching the counter, lift one foot, and count slowly to 10. If you need to grip tightly to stay steady, your balance system needs work. Your mini habit for 2 weeks. Every night before turning off the light, walk the path from bed to bathroom, clear obstacles, straighten rugs. Keep grippy shoes within reach. 3 times daily, repeat Robert's one-leg balance drill, plus a few sit-to-stand reps from a sturdy chair without using your hands. A few consistent minutes send hundreds of signals to your brain and muscles, so when the unexpected happens, your body reacts right. You've built a shield against falls, a powerful guard for your height, but there's a silent scanner to catch what's happening inside your bones before it's too late. Regular health checkups. In the final part, we'll unlock how to use them to preserve your stature. 6. Regular health checkups. Many people think only a broken bone is worth worrying about, and before that, it's fine. The truth is scarier. Osteoporosis is often completely silent until a fracture hits. If you've lost about 2 centimeters of height in 3 years, or a total of 4 centimeters since your youth, that's a red flag. Silent vertebral compression fractures may already be happening. Every millimeter lost isn't just about appearance, it's a warning about your body's foundation. The good news? You don't have to guess. DEXA bone density scanning is a reliable scanner for early detection. The recommendation is clear. Women 65 and older and men 70 and older should get checked every 1-2 years. If you're at higher risk past fractures, smoking, heavy drinking, or long-term corticosteroid use, start screening at 50. Think of DEXA as a water level gauge under your house. If the numbers drop, you have a chance to reinforce before the foundation caves. Meet Harper, 68 years old. One morning, measuring her height, she noticed a 3-centimeter loss compared to a few years ago. She got a DEXA scan and discovered severe osteoporosis. Her doctor started her on bone resorption inhibitors, bisphosphonates, and scheduled follow-ups. Within weeks, the first change was stability. Her morning height stopped dropping, and her back tension eased. Sticking to the plan, her fracture risk dropped significantly after a year. The number on the ruler took on new meaning. It was her sense of control. Regular checkups aren't just nice to know. Early screening significantly reduces hip fractures. Thousands of severe cases could be avoided. With consistent monitoring, you know if what you're doing, exercise, nutrition, medications, is actually working. Every measurement where your height holds steady is proof you're beating time. Do one simple thing now. In the morning, stand against a wall, heels, hips, and back touching. Gently pull your chin back, measure, and write it down. Compare it to measurements from the last 3 years. If you're down about 2 centimeters, or 4 centimeters total since youth, schedule a doctor's visit to discuss DEXA. Women 65 and older, men 70 and older make bone density checks every 1-2 years a habit. If you're in a high-risk group from age 50, don't delay. Don't wait until your back hunches to wake up. Height isn't just a number on a ruler. It's the stance of your health, confidence, and dignity as you move through the seasons of age. We've now come full circle through the most critical foundations for slowing height loss: maintaining bone density, using weight, bearing, and resistance exercises to command bones to strengthen, reprogramming posture and spinal flexibility, eating a nutrient-rich diet, preventing falls smartly, and getting regular checkups for early detection. The key takeaway: losing height isn't an inevitable fate of aging. The curve of time can be slowed if you start today. What's fascinating is that with just proper posture, consistent gentle movement, and nutrient-packed meals, many people have regained 2-3 centimeters of lost height. It sounds small, but on your face and in your stance, it's a world of confidence. You're not just preventing loss. You can gift yourself a bit of your youthful height back. Want to dive deeper into preventing osteoporosis and simple at-home exercises for your spine? Check out the video linked in the card on the screen. It could be the next step to keeping your posture strong and healthy for years to come. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share with loved ones, especially parents or grandparents, so they too can learn to protect their height and health. Thank you for joining me. Keep standing tall, because that's the silhouette of a healthy, confident, and dignified life.